Welcome to Gaming Fin, your channel for everything related to the gaming industry and the financial markets, the stock market. So today I'm going to talk about Logitech. I'm not personally invested in Logitech. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a retail investor, a YouTuber myself. This is only for entertainment and information purposes only. Always make up your own mind, guys. So that's very important disclaimer always. So my friends, I was thinking, so Logitech is an interesting company. It's a hardware company. Of course, it's not a software company, it's a hardware PC company. So now I also see Logitech as one part of the gaming ecosystem, and tomorrow they're going to have their third quarter earnings. Tomorrow, the 23rd of January. Probably if you watch this video then tomorrow, then the earnings are already there, then you know a little bit more how the stock reacted. But I thought I didn't find a lot of information, so let's talk about Logitech. Let's see what we can elaborate here in this video together. So maybe it's going to be a longer video, so we see how much information we find. All right, guys, so Logitech is a Swiss company as well, therefore I'm having here the Swiss chart in Swiss francs. So it's incorporated in Lausanne in Switzerland, but of course it's an international company. They sell their products throughout the world. So here Logitech, let's come to the United States page of Logitech. You can see here all their products, so very nice stuff. So they have Logitech Crayon, so for Wall Street bets dudes, you can buy a Crayon that you can, if you eat, there comes no color out. So mices, of course, combo tag, combo touch, mechanical keyboard. So I have Logitech mice. I always use them, Hero 502 Logitech mouse, and I actually also enjoy their keyboards. Their mechanical keyboards are very decent. Since I'm not really filming my videos with me and the picture, so I'm not having a video camera, and I'm not planning to do this in the future, so my videos stay like this, of course. And in the past I was using the headsets, and so their stereo headsets, and I have to say I had a lot of issues with their stereo headsets from the quality point of view, that I'm at one point was leaving Logitech behind, and now I'm a Corsair user. So this is maybe important to my background with Logitech, what I think about Logitech. And I also, for example, here when I look at the products, I also like, for example, their speakers. I have their speakers. So I think in general it's a company with great products, and it's a company that definitely is cyclical, based on the gaming world, on the PC, personal PC world use of personal PC products. Maybe a little bit less in the business world, because every time I work somewhere in the business world, they don't have Logitech keyboards, they don't have Logitech mice, they mostly have some cheap other products. So I'm not saying the brands now, but yeah, if you can bring your own device, I mostly bring my Logitech devices to my office, so that's what I'm doing. So here we have the chart, so let's have a quick look at the chart, then we go into the numbers, and then about expectations that some professionals, whatever, who those people are, have for the earnings tomorrow. So but I think it's now very interesting to just get a little overview of the chart. So guys, I'm not an expert in technical or in fundamental analysis. I'm a gamer turning to gaming companies to better understand the system behind this. So that's what I am, and that's how I discuss subjects. So that's very important. So not that you're coming now and you're telling me, yeah, but I know the financial analysis, and if you look at the head and shoulder, blah blah blah. So this is something for other people, so that's not going to be in my channel. So now, from 2002, when they went public, we actually were between 15 and 30 Swiss francs until 2010, and then 2012 they really were falling hard. So that's actually interesting. I don't understand why they were going down to 5-6 Swiss francs. I mean, you have to keep this in mind. The company was really low, and this was already a time where I think Logitech was like super popular, and there was a lot of growth also in the gaming and in the personal PC computer space. So, But yeah, the stock was not moving a lot, so we're very interesting actually to see this. So it's a chart. It's a chart that worries me personally a little bit. So it worries me a bit. So until 2012, so maybe we have to find out. 2012 they had this new great strategy. So but very difficult to say. Yeah, and then we start, and therefore I was putting the Fibonacci retracement lines in 2012. So you always put them from the upper part to the lower part if you're new to a technical analysis, and then you are going then you always go where you think that the growth momentum has started. So that's, I would say it started then here in 2012, going up 2012, 16 after the financial crisis. Yeah, 2008 of course was the financial crisis, sorry. I should have seen this. So we were kind of sideways since the dot-com bubble and then the financial crisis, and then we are falling, of course, the financial crisis, and since then like a lot of other tech stocks we were coming back, and then finally my friends, we were actually consolidating above the 30 Swiss francs. Then in 2007, then the 2018 crash, they were also nicely participating there. I remember this very well. In general, the 2018 crash going up again, and then was Corona was coming. Oh, holy Corona! And then back again under the 30 Swiss francs. And then, of course, stay at home, lockdowns. Everyone stays at home, plays computer games, uses streaming software. And they went from the low of 27 Swiss francs to the top of 120, and then probably on this way up people bought more and more and more of Logitech because they simply thought like, okay, that's it, I need to be part of the new stay at home work from home revolution. Yeah guys, but what happened then in April, let's say April, June, May 21, the pivot, so the climax has been reached. Then it dropped like a stone down. And interestingly, I was drawing this little line here, this little support line, and here we pumped away and went back up over the yellow-green Fibonacci retracement 0382, and now we didn't manage to get through the next Fibonacci retracement, coming back again down. So now the question is, are we falling now back to the support line, which is with bad earnings? Very much possible actually. If next week also not going to be a good week, that's very much possible. Or are we going back to the upside, to the next Fibonacci retracement? So I think this line is kind of telling. All right, so let's go also look at Google Finance. So this is on trading view. I like the trading view charts for the big overview, but the Google Finance charts give us it's a little bit easier to use, also to find some nice data here. So here it's 50 Swiss francs, and I was the direct competitor, I would say, for Logitech is Corsair. If you take the RAM business of Corsair out, and you see Corsair was also running the same. So they went public and they went immediately also up massively. So the yellow line here is Corsair and the blue one is Logitech. If we go on the last month again, now we see actually last month Logitech underperformed 11% and Corsair is up 3%. That's interesting. So this was also something you keep in mind, this whole situation, if you decide maybe to only invest one of those stocks. So some more data, my friends. Market cap 8.73 billion Swiss franc, PE ratio of 1846 as it stands now. This can change, of course. Dividend yield 1.91%, a dividend yield of 1.91%. So primarily exchange in Switzerland, in Zurich, as WX. And I have to say, for me, if I would now invest in Logitech, so I'm not saying I will invest in Logitech, but if I would invest in Logitech, the fact that I'm actually investing also in a company that is valued in Swiss francs is interesting. So I would also keep this in mind. So there you have a currency risk if you're from the Eurozone or if you're from the US. In the US you can buy an ADR, American deposit regime, so ADR. But yeah, Logitech is a Swiss company. It has the advantages of a Swiss company, but also the disadvantages of a Swiss company. So this is actually a very interesting way how you diversify your portfolio a little bit in the Swiss market, a very strong market in Western Europe, of Switzerland. I mean, don't have to talk about Switzerland, guys. You know the story. So Logitech International Earnings Outlook, third quarter outlooks, we go in those little news articles a little bit later. 8,200 employees and founded in 81, so it's kind of an old company already, so I like this. So the financials as they have been, if we go at the quarterly until September, but let's have a quick look on the income statement annually. Revenue actually from 2021 to 2022, as it stands now, up. That's good to see. Operating expense, okay, also up. But the net income is down 31%, 32%. You want the net income to go up, and not only the revenue to go up. But if we now, for example, we would compare now 2022 with to 2020, maybe that's more realistic, then we would see 449 million net income with regard to 644 million net income. So we take this bubble year 21 out, then we actually have a growth. And this also, in my opinion, reflects a little bit here in the stock. So you see, actually, this is also reflected in the stock price. So let's go back. If we then have effective tax rate of 16.92%, it's always difficult. I'm really interested how this is calculated. So I'm going to have to do some more research, but that's interesting. So because in France, like a company had an effective tax rate from 55%, and I really want to understand this a little bit better. If you have some information about this, hey, please write it in the commentary section. And if you're still here at this video, then please give me a like and subscription. So I would very much appreciate this. If we now look at the quarterly data, then we see actually we see that the net income in September 82 millions, and in June 100 millions, and in March 108, and then in December 21 210. So net income going down, and also revenue going down, as you can see clearly, but the net income also went down if we look at the annual basis. So balance sheet, also first we look at the annual part. Balance sheet, we want to look at total equity, total assets. That's interesting. So we don't have any year-on-year change for total equity. Total assets are down. Cash and short-term investments are down. Total liabilities also down. So a little bit more activity for the balance sheet. So total liabilities down. Total assets also down. So, but with regard to 2020, it's all up. So cash flow annually. So what happened in 2022? Cash flow that really down. So also with regard to the previous years, so 2021 you see exceptional year, 22 and 29 also cash flow down, so that's not good. So of course net income with regard to 21 is down, but this I think is also reflected here in the stock price. I mean, that's the stock price, and now we are back to some normality. Guys. So very interesting, I would say, those financials, but make your own research, and if you have more information, more expertise, please write it down in the commentary section. I'm always happy to read what you are writing. All right, so Bezinger, very shortly, what are they saying? Analysts estimate that Logitech International report on earnings per share of $1.20. So that's what they expect. So now we have to see what's going to be the reality, and then they have some data here. But guys, what is important is the guidance, of course, the forecast growth for the next quarter. So what is going to be the guidance? What is going to be the guidance for the income and for all the other data? So that's important. So I would, for example, I'm very much interested to invest in Logitech, but I would not invest before the earnings into this company. So definitely not worth it. Also, if I'm looking here at the 5-day chart, so we see we went up nicely. Well, let's look at the 1 month chart. So we were 6 months. The 6 month charts make sense. So yeah. So what happens if we go up 10%? Yeah, that's maybe a good sign. But if we stay like this, so I would say, yeah. Maybe it's falling again a little bit more, as I just had already. So therefore take care here, guys. So what's in the offering? Factors to consider. Yeah, how much this article talks about the bubble, the streaming bubble, the stay-at-home bubble, and then they make some calculations where they think the price share could go. So all of this is, in my opinion, looking into a crystal ball. So I don't have any data, and I think those people that write those articles also don't have really a lot of data. But of course, you need to have some articles out to talk about this subject. But for me, it's important, guys, that you know tomorrow are the earnings, that you know that this company exists, and that you know now if you look on the overall max chart, here, that's a chart goes longer back, so but it's still okay, so I would still say here it started so 2007, and then we go back. So wow, lucky those people that invested in 95. So yes, good chart. So TradingView, well, not giving us the full charts. TradingView, come on. So therefore, it's good to know where it stands, and it could be an interesting stock to diversify. Always very small positions, of course, if you want to diversify. It's a diversification in the hardware business, because I'm just another idea. So imagine now in 10 years we're actually not really buying PCs anymore, graphic cards, no NVIDIA graphic cards yourself. You don't have your personal computer, but what you still have, you're going to have you have a mouse, you need a keyboard, you need to control those games, or with your VR headset, joypads, controllers, etc. So the control aspect, the cameras, that's something you still need, but maybe we don't need our own PCs anymore. So Logitech, I think, is in this regard is in a very good position. Also Corsair or other companies, very good position. So therefore they might also be future proof in this regard. But look at this, guys, it's extremely volatile. It's an extremely volatile stock. So if you invest in it, look from 2007 until 2013, 83% lost. So people that probably that bought in the top of the subprime crisis, yeah, they were not happy, let's say, from 2011, and probably not even happy until 2016, but maybe they started buying then already a little bit in 2012. But it's a long-term investment, so very long-term investment. I wouldn't trade this. I would definitely not trade it, but for long-term I find this very interesting. So probably I forgot 1,000 elements that concern the stock, but I don't want to make this video too long. Just my opinion. And if you enjoyed this, then please comment, like, and subscribe, and please subscribe to my channel. I need subscribers because that's a very important metric for the YouTube algorithms. So if you could do this favor to me, if you like gaming companies, this would be amazing. So thank you very much. See you next time.